Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to what if Iceland made an empire. So the first thing they will do is invade the Faroe Islands. They simply just move their military down, or their fleet and military down, and occupy the entire thing and also annex it. And this is after they have built a proper army and navy. After that, they spend some time building up before they go to war with Norway. There. The first thing they will do is take over this island here and go take over land in the western part of Norway, going up north. Try to occupy some land here and also cut off the north, which they do successfully. After they have connected their front lines completely, they decide to land farther up north and begin pushing through northern Norway, as well as landing further up north as well. And then they begin taking over Svalbard as well, taking the less populated island here before moving and taking over as much of the island as they can before they reach the city, so that they can make sure that people won't be able to run out into the wilderness. And after they have completely occupied Svalbard, they go down to take over more of northern Norway. Then they begin moving down south from the most northern part of northern Norway to the other area they had taken over some land from. After they managed to connect those two, they decided that they're going to connect the last of the front lines together. Now, after they've done that, they are getting ready to naval invade their capital Oslo, but before that they begin taking over more inland area as well, as also moving up along the coast. But their coastal advances were stopped, so they began pushing towards Oslo through the inland instead, and managed to occupy the city, as well as take over the rest, eliminate all their borders. Then they managed to begin moving downwards again, and have successfully taken the entire Norwegian coast. After that, Norway surrenders, and Iceland will annex this much of Norway, as well as Svalbard, and the rest, and the puppet, the rest. This is one puppet. After that, they decide to go to war with Sweden, so they can increase their foothold in mainland Europe, begin pushing out from here, as well as their puppet pushing down south, and also up in the northern parts through the forests to try to cut off their border with Finland. After that, they continue push the entire border here towards the south, as well as trying to cut off or split Sweden in half, which they managed to do. Begin moving upwards to try their best to cut off the coastal areas of northern Sweden, and they successfully managed to do that. So now they begin pushing or closing in on the huge encirclement here, of trying to quickly take over so that they can move their troops down to southern Sweden, where the majority of their army stands. But they don't want the little army that's over here in northern Sweden to expand and take coastal city. And now that they have eliminated the encirclement, they begin pushing down towards Stockholm, as well as basically just encircling Stockholm instead of taking it over, so that they can focus on eliminating the remainder of Sweden. They occupy Gotland as well, and encircle this part of Sweden, and eventually completely occupy it. After that, they begin moving in towards Stockholm, try to take it over to occupy it, and after a little while they managed to do that. Now Iceland will take this, as well as this, while their Norwegian puppet will be taking this, and they will form a new Swedish puppet there. So here, then there, and just go through this and this. Then they're going to go to war with Denmark. There. Greenland will be excluded from the conflict. They quickly seize the capital, as well as take this small island here. Then they begin invading from the north as well, and pushing in, taking over, pushing in from the east as well, connecting their two front lines, and completely occupying Denmark. After that, they decide to completely annex the country. After that, they will go to war with Finland. Begin by taking over Åland, as well as pushing in from the northwest of Finland, pushing through the cold tundra to take over the more populated area down south. And after you come this far, they successfully managed to get a naval invasion up here. Then begin taking over the coast here to meet up with their front line up north, which they do, so that they have a more steady supply line. as well as now they begin pushing towards the Finnish capital, but they are stopped here. So they decide to push in from across from the Russian border instead, trying their best to reach it before they are then stopped again, just being a little closer this time. So they decide to slowly close in and take over as much land as they could, so that they could more easily break through their defense. And after pushing them back this much, they have taken lots of losses. So eventually they managed to break through, take the capital, and also occupy the entire nation. Now the Norwegian puppet will get this, Swedish puppet will get this, Iceland will take over this and this, and there will be a new Finnish puppet formed as well. So there you have it. This here is what if Iceland made an empire. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you in the next one.